Okay guys, I've got all kinds of leftover paint, so what I'm going to do is some tile pours. We're going to do a flip cup and then I might change it up, you never know. Let's see what we got here. I think this is way too much paint, so I'm going to let it do a runoff right here. Oh, check that out. I love that. That looks so nice. Okay, and that is not level, so let's move it over here to a drying rack. Those colors are perfectly wonderful. And I don't know about this mess. Let's see. First I'm going to kind of let it roll around a little bit. Come back. Probably with all this paint right here, what I need to do is dump the rest of this out and do a swipe with that. So let's take a little bit of metallic, just a speck. And my offset spatula is right here. Hope that was in view. Get rid of that glob. Now, and let's let that kind of do its thing and see how that looks. Not too sure. It's a little dark, so maybe a strip of white through there. So let me get my sneaky little popsicle sticks. Do a quick stir on that. How about this? Much better. Much better. When you have some contrast, I think it really sets things off instead of everything with a similar tone. Okay, let's try this guy. Flip him over, and I'm just going to set it back down. And we're going to lift it up slowly. Let's help it this direction a smidge. Back that way a smidge. Nice. I'm definitely going to have to clean off this table because we've got all the paint residue and it's not an even surface. Not too bad though. It's not rolling too much. While I'm thinking about it, let's just move these guys out of the way. That way I know they'll be safe because I would more than likely knock something over into that. When I first started, I was downstairs doing a big mess. And I finally got my formula right for the pouring medium and just really thrilled with some things. So what would happen would be a bug would land in it and get stuck. And while it was downstairs in my basement drying, it would try to escape and make all these little patterns all over my painting. While I love that area, I'd love to preserve it. Or I had curious little children, girls from down the street, or Kylie herself, just checking to see if it was dry. And there would be a fingerprint, and I guess they would touch it and go, oh crap, and decide they better do something about it.
I hear you talking about me.
And try to fix it, so then there would be a little smear. So.
Oh, I never did that.
Get out of here, little girl.
Yeah.
So, yes, she would. She has a big problem with trying to keep her little fingers out of my paintings. And there was one that I loved so much that I actually cried about.
It looked like a cherry tree.
It looked like a cherry tree, she said. I don't know if that's the one I was even referring to, but I know there was one that I really, really loved, and someone didn't keep their fingers out of it, and I cried.
Not me.
Okay. She thinks she's being cute. Popping in here. Enough. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. How about we'll do a little white. Now this is the excess that I've scraped together. As long as you don't mix it too much, it's not that bad. And you can see some cool cells in it on the table. If you want to let it dry, that's what people are talking about, skins, where you've got pieces like this and have neat patterns, and then they peel it off and use it for jewelry and, oh heavens, all kinds of things. So they do that. Now I've peeled skins off before and really loved certain patterns, but I never had much luck with them. So unfortunately, I don't have anything to say, oh, check this out, this is what I did. I tried doing some pendants, and my resin mixture was not mixed enough, so it remained tacky and was a complete mess. I was so disappointed because, you know, the one time I tried to make something with the skins that I had, nope, utter failure. But that's part of it. See, all my big cells tend to roll off the edge, and I have no idea why that happens. And you're really supposed to tilt slowly to stretch your cells out evenly. Me, I go for it and just start twisting and turning, and yeah, not a lot of patience, this one. Okay, let's see. We're just going to keep going until the paint runs out or I have no more room on my memory in my phone. Let me see, let's do some brown, which actually I think it's a bronze, metallic bronze. Let's throw in my mixture, leftover mixture there. Do a little bit of navy, which isn't really navy, looks like royal blue to me. It lightens it up when you put the Floetrol in there sometimes. I believe that's what happened. I don't think I like that blue very much, but I poured it in there anyway. Let's do something funky here. We'll throw some purpley pink and see what kind of result we get with that. I'm just going to end up losing it, aren't I? I'm going to end up pouring it off the edge. I don't want to. Let's bring it back over. I don't know if I like that. cool contrast. We'll see. Let's put that color in first. And I've already mixed Floetrol in there in case you're wondering. Probably weren't, but there's the navy. Let's go in with metallic. My mixture. Move this guy over. And if you don't have like drying racks and you're doing tiles, just get some non-stick Teflon mats. You can get them from Amazon. I think you can get 5 or 6 for less than $10. So I think that is an awesome deal. I got this black one that's on my table right here from Amazon. And it's, I mean, it goes from, let's see, I bet it's 4 foot long. I'm going to let that one just go right now and see what happens while I'm mixing some other colors over here. Set my white off someplace, and that's why I haven't put any. There it is. Bloop. I think I like that much better. That looks really neat. Can't see it with that cup in the way though. That looks cool. And so does this cup. But see, no gloves for me. That's pretty cool. Okay, set you right there. Oh, I love that little flower right there. Whoa. I totally messed it up now, didn't I? Maybe not. Let's see what that looks like while I mix up some more colors here. Alright, let's do white. Not blue. Barely have any brown left, so let's just use my finger and do a scrape and a pop. More of a light teal. A little bit of metallic. Oh, that's cool. It's opening up some really neat looking things. I'm just going to let that do its thing. We're not going to torch or anything on these guys. Scoot some stuff around over here on my tables. Take that guy right there. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that is so nice. All the nice parts, the ones that you really like, seem to slide off the edge. And I hate that. Maybe if we add some paint, and I know that looks really weird right there, but it will start breaking down and cells will start popping through. So maybe it won't be a total loss. Let's scoop up some of this paint. Got my arms in the way again. Not bad. Okay, we've got a few more tiles and a little bit more paint, so let's see what we can do with what we have left. Is it recording? It is. This is the longest video I've made. Probably nobody will stay tuned in this long. A lot of people don't, but it's okay. When I'm straightening my room or folding clothes, I like to just turn on YouTube and watch craft videos, painters, pourers. I learned to crochet that way. Anything you want to learn to do is on YouTube. It's a really great opportunity for people who don't have